Hi, are you becoming frustrated with not being able to find places to camp? And then on top of that, listening to the news and hearing that certain areas, certain lands are being closed to camping altogether? Well, stay tuned. Hi, I'm John with Let's Go Now Adventures. And with the 4th of July weekend coming up, I just wanted to go over and talk about kind of an important topic that affects all of us. Camping is becoming increasingly popular at an astronomical rate. We will soon be at 100 million campers in the U.S. You know, that's if we haven't already reached that amount by the time I filmed this. COVID has caused more people to try their hand at outdoor recreation. With this many people heading into nature for recreation, it creates problems. I'm sure you've heard about not being able to find a campsite. More campgrounds will help, but campgrounds take years to develop and cost a lot more money than you might think. This stress on organized campgrounds has shifted many campers to dispersed camping, or boondocking. And those campers new to dispersed camping may not be aware of the potential negative impact of camping in these undeveloped areas. Let me share one example. There's a dispersed campsite we love. You either have to back down a quarter mile of dirt road to get to it, or when you're done, you have to back out. This site was in the middle of majestic pine stands, and surrounding the trees were beautiful meadows full of wildflowers. But last summer was particularly busy with this renewed interest in camping. Folks didn't want to back down dirt roads, so they did multi-point turns to turn around. And on top of that, camped right on top of the fragile meadows because they couldn't find other places to camp. In one season, all of the meadows were laid bare due to driving over the meadows. I don't think people are aware of the long-term damage that can be done by not following the dispersed camping guidelines. All of the above are compounded by non-campers dumping trash in these public lands. So as a result, you may have heard of whole sections of BLM land and Forest Service land being closed to camping. There are currently test areas that are only allowing dispersed camping in semi-developed camp areas that then would require you a fee to camp there. These public lands are our lands. They're not your lands. So it requires stewardship from each of us to keep these lands available to all of us for camping in the future. So in researching this video, I ran across an organization whose principal tenets resonated with my own. The organization is Tread Lightly. I think their main principles are worth sharing here. TREAD is an acronym for TREAD. So T stands for travel responsibly. An example is like the one I just shared, staying on designated roads and not driving over vegetation and sensitive soils. R is respect the rights of others. E is educate yourself. A is avoid sensitive areas. And D is do your part. I'll leave the link to this organization in the description down below if you'd like to go there and check out more detail about what TREAD stands for. So combine the above with the principle of leave no trace, and collectively we can ensure that these lands will be available for responsible recreation for years to come. So I hope you found some value in the video today, so we can all do our part to do some responsible camping to make sure that we have camping areas available for all of us for years to come. I'm John with Let's Go Now Adventures, and I'll see you on the next adventure.